Welcome back. Throughout history, no belief system has faced more backlash, more criticism, and at times, more outright hostility than Christianity. For over 2,000 years, this religion has been both a symbol of hope and a focal point for controversy. Why is Christianity one of humanity's most hated religions? And what changes does this challenge demand from both its followers and its critics? To understand why Christianity often finds itself under scrutiny, we need to journey back to its origins. From the start, Christians were considered rebels, defying the Roman Empire by claiming allegiance to a different kingdom, a spiritual kingdom. Early Christians faced public executions, persecution, and isolation, all for their refusal to honor Roman gods. For centuries, Christians were hunted, tortured, and martyred, marking their belief with blood and sacrifice. As Christianity spread, it didn't just remain a religion, it became a political force, inspiring emperors, guiding kings, and influencing laws across nations. This influence led to a powerful church, which at times became a symbol of authority and control, merging with governments and gaining a near monopoly on religious life. However, power has a dark side. Wars like the Crusades and events like the Inquisition led to periods of brutality and oppression, often under the banner of Christianity. To many, these events highlighted the stark contradiction between Christ's teachings of love and the harsh realities of institutional power. As we moved into the Enlightenment era, the rise of science and reason presented new challenges to Christian doctrine. The Church's teachings came under scrutiny as human understanding grew through scientific discoveries. From Galileo's conflict with the Church over the heliocentric model to debates about evolution, Christianity found itself on the defensive. This period led many intellectuals and thinkers to label Christianity as anti progress or even anti science. Today, in an era of hyper rationalism, Christianity is often cast as outdated, a relic of a time when humanity didn't have all the answers. Intellectuals and atheists argue that faith is illogical, questioning Christian beliefs about creation, morality, and the nature of reality. This skepticism fuels a backlash, positioning Christianity as a barrier to human progress rather than a bridge to greater understanding. In the 21st century, Christianity faces an even more complex form of resistance as it clashes with changing social norms. Issues like LGBTQ+ rights, gender equality, reproductive rights, and religious pluralism have created friction between Christian teachings and modern values. The Bible's traditional stance on many social issues doesn't align with the progressive ideologies that dominate much of today's culture. As a result, Christians are often viewed as restrictive or out of touch. On social media and public forums, Christianity is frequently criticized as a source of judgment and oppression rather than a path of love and acceptance. Many young people, particularly in the West, feel that Christianity is too rigid or exclusive, viewing it as unwilling to change with the times. This creates a difficult situation for Christians who want to stay true to their beliefs, but find themselves under pressure to adapt their worldview to the new cultural landscape. Beyond criticism and cultural tension, Christianity is still one of the most persecuted religions worldwide. In certain countries, Christians face imprisonment, torture, and even death for their faith. This persecution is often overlooked in Western media but remains a harsh reality for millions. In places like North Korea, Nigeria, and parts of the Middle East, simply practicing Christianity can lead to severe consequences. Amidst this struggle, Christians are called to consider a question: what does faith look like in a world that often seems hostile to it? How do Christians respond to hatred without reciprocating it? This is a challenge that demands profound changes, not in the core teachings of the faith, but in how Christians engage with a world that views them skeptically, if not outright disdainfully. To address these criticisms and challenges, Christianity must focus on authenticity. Many argue that, to rebuild respect, Christians need to live out the principles of love, humility, and service that Jesus himself demonstrated. Words alone won't mend the divide. Actions are essential. In a world that often misinterprets or even weaponizes Christian beliefs, there's a greater need for dialogue and understanding. For the critics, there's also an invitation to reconsider the narrative. While criticism of any belief system is part of a healthy society, holding stereotypes or blanket judgments about Christians is counterproductive. Understanding the faith from the perspective of those who genuinely live it offers a fuller picture, revealing the positive impact Christianity has on millions of lives around the globe. For both sides, this requires a willingness to listen and, perhaps, to rethink old biases. Christianity's position as one of the most controversial and often hated religions may be uncomfortable, but it's also a call to growth. For Christians, it's a reminder that the world is watching, not just the beliefs they profess, but the lives they lead. This requires resilience, integrity, and, above all, a commitment to the true message of Christ, even in the face of misunderstanding and opposition. For those outside the faith, perhaps it's an invitation to look beyond the headlines, beyond the stereotypes, and to engage with the reality of Christianity as it's lived by people around the world. Humanity's most hated religion? Perhaps. But perhaps also one of its most enduring beacons of faith, hope, and love. If you liked this video, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your attention. Until the next video.